Howdy folks, my name is Dylan and welcome back to the cabin build, where I'm building a cabin completely from scratch from trees right here on my own property and milling them up into timbers and timber framing tiny little bitty cabin. In last week's video, I built the frames for the walls and I couldn't figure out how to get them stood up. So in this week's video, I've enlisted the helps of Pops and we're gonna see if we can't lift up one of these timber frames. Well folks, we've had a great holiday spending time with the family, but it's time to get back to work on the cabin. And I have just a few hours today to try to get this back wall up for you guys and get a video out. Once we get it lifted up some, we might. It slid when I tried to do it last time. And obviously I have this stop here for once it's up. Yeah. We kind of need a way to keep it from.
What about the bottom of it sliding off?
See how it slid up against that?
Yeah.
I had it spaced off here, yeah. So I have room to tilt up.
Yeah.
But then it moved.
Right. And just don't do that again, probably.
2 of 6s right there, probably all
I think that again. Outside of this, or knock this off?
Probably not. Well, not knock it off. I've got screws in it. Alright, I think we have a game plan of how we're going to lift this thing up, and we've decided to go the simplest approach possible and do a little bit at a time and see what happens instead of trying to set up some complicated system to get this thing up. We're going to try the brute force leverage method first. Man, this thing's turned out to be crazy heavy, so we've decided to take off some of the beams to make it a little bit lighter. Probably something that we could have done at the beginning, but we wanted to see if we were able to do it without that. These are deceptively heavy beams because they're soaking wet, and they're also full dimension. So they're about like 40% more material than what you'd buy at the box store. So yeah, we're just sort of hoping that when we take these off, that it'll make it light enough to make this more manageable.
Pretty young boy.
It's happened today.
Good deal. It's a happy day today.
Bubba, you coming to see what we're doing?
Yeah, I got my shirt on and everything. Well, that's not really work related, it's for camping, but oh, the sun. Say hello. Hello. That sounds like you.
The New Year's is right around the corner, and I know many of you are probably thinking about resolutions, and one of the ones that I'd like to just throw out there, recommend if you'd like to give it a shot, is try to be more intentional this next year with your purchases. Buy things that matter, that mean something to you, and repair the things that you currently have that also have a story or meaning or just are still good enough. You know, it feels great to recycle, reuse, and just keep trucking along with things that you already have, and it's great on your pocketbook as well. If you're running into any electronics that you need to fix this year, then consider supporting our longtime channel sponsor, iFixit. You can go over to ifixit.com and check out all their products. They have literally everything you need to fix any sort of electronic, from the parts, the toolkits, and the step-by-step guides. We have actually recently fixed my mom's Apple Watch, my iPhone 11 battery. It's still kicking, and I don't have a payment on that phone, which feels really great, and my battery life's super good now. And iFixit is a company that we really love because they fight for our right to repair, and they're all about the mission statement that I just said, which is buying stuff that matters and repairing it and keeping it long term. It's just better all around for everyone and everything. So if you have some electronics this year that you think you would like to fix instead of buying new, and or would like to just get a precision driver bit set for them so you're ready in case you need to repair something, then head over to ifixit.com and give them a look. Again, that's ifixit.com. They're an amazing company fighting for yours and I's right to repair, and Molly and I have been supporting them and big fans of them for many years now. Thanks so much, iFixit, for sponsoring this week's video. Let's get back to it. All right, this is a pretty exciting moment. We got this thing lifted almost all the way up, and we're gonna see if we can't just push it up the rest of the way by hand.
Let's go.
Oh, you're stuck. If you've been eyeing the shirts that I've been wearing in these videos and like to grab one, they're 100% made in the USA. You can head over to provenhands.com. It's a brand new thing Molly and I started, and you might like it. Go check it out. Just tap this. I only need like 1/8 of an inch towards me.
Towards you.
Yeah. Very small amount. Oh, that's good. Well, those little pockets that I put in with the timber screws worked out great. This thing is locked in nice and solid. I got a question for you.
Okay.
This will make your brain hurt. Okay, so we're at a pivot point, right? So we want this thing to be plumb at that point, not just plumb, right? So this thing can go in and out, but we want that to be a fixed point, and we want this thing to get level.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, the level is located here on the level, but the pivot's here. So should you move the level down as close to the pivot point, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters. I mean, I would have it on the beam, because the beam is the post. We're trying to make the post level.
But you see what I'm saying?
Moving. We ain't moving that at all.
Am I thinking crazy, or am I thinking
You're
that?
thinking a little bit crazy, I think.
Okay.
You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think you might.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be plain close enough, but I'm just curious if that makes a difference.
I think no. I think what you're mainly worried about is that post being plumb.
Okay. Yeah, give me about a 1/4 inch. Oh, right there. That's good enough. What do you think the chances are we can get that other beam up there?
Well, we're going to have a couple of good step ladders. I would say the little one, I think we can get up there no problem.
Well, it's time to enlist the help of old trusty girl here and see if we can't lift up these beams that we took off. We're gonna rig up something that's a little bit sketchy and just hope it works. Probably should have got the tractor turned around before we strapped a 14-foot long thing to it. That ain't going nowhere. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little shocked that worked as well as it did. I was almost certain that this was gonna be way too much leverage way out here on this tractor. This is a pretty small tractor and it's not rated to lift that much. And one of these posts is almost 200 pounds by itself. And then you've got all this leverage way out here. So kind of shocked that that did work. I also wish that I had maybe a bit bigger tractor so we could just lift all the walls up this way, but it's good to know that we'll be able to lift up individual beams, which is going to help us out big time when we start adding in more beams in here for rafters and top plates and stuff. Well, this is super fun. We got this entire frame up and it just feels super cool to have this thing in place and be able to get a better feel and sense of how this space is gonna be like once it's actually done. And big shout out to Pops as always. He always comes out and helps me when I need it, and I really appreciate all the help that he gives me and all the helpful insights and things that I usually learn along the way. So yeah, we're gonna have to enlist his help probably again and stand some more of these up, so you guys will see him in future videos. There she is in all her glory, and we're ready to keep moving on with the build. But I wanted to take a second to thank you guys so much for all the support recently over at provenhands.com, picking up merch and getting signed up for the Pioneers belt launch, which is coming soon. All that support has just meant the world to us, and over this past year, you know, the channel has started to grow a bit again, which is just amazing, because it doesn't always come across in these videos that, you know, what's going on with our personal lives. But we've had a very challenging year, incredible year with the birth of our son, but also a very challenging year with the business, but also just personal life stuff that has just kicked our butts, and we've just had to keep getting up and keep moving on. I'm sure many of you can relate to that, and having y'all enjoy these videos and seeing your comments and just the reactions people have had so far of getting some of our Proven Hands products. I mean, it's just been an incredible end of the year, and we're really grateful, and just wanted to say truly thank you. I mean, it's just thank you. All right, that's all I have for this week's video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.